Okay, so should we start?
I think we can start.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm giving you a small brief introduction of muscular system. Okay, I think I've already covered that in your 200-hour classes, but let's take a revision of that. So, in muscular system, can you tell me how many bones do we have? Yes. Can you tell me how many muscles we have?
206.
That is the number of bones. Good that you answered. So, bones. Hello? In a child, there are 300 bones. In an adult, there are 206 bones. 6 bones. Okay, I told you that in sacrum, the 5 bones are fused to form one bone. Okay, and I told you this in child and adult, but at what age I did not mention. This happens after 40 years. Okay, it does not mean that after you attain puberty or after you become 20 years old, all the bones are fused. Okay, it's not like that. It takes many years. Okay, they keep fusing, and like in an adult, like you can say 50 years, then this is 206. Okay, this is not immediately 206. This is a process which continues. Okay, so how many muscles do we have? We have 600 muscles. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so types of muscles. We can categorize them into voluntary and involuntary muscles. Okay, so voluntary muscles are those muscles which, if I want to move them, I can move them. Okay, it depends on me what I want to do. If I can move them at my wish, then they are called voluntary muscles. Involuntary muscles are those muscles over which I have no control. They will keep working as they want, how they have been doing all these years. Okay, those are involuntary muscles, and voluntary muscles are those which I can move as I want. Okay, so can I give example of voluntary muscles?
Biceps, triceps, quads.
Okay, good. And involuntary muscles?
Peristalsis, digestive system.
Yes, good, great. So voluntary muscles are the skeletal muscles. And involuntary muscles are the cardiac muscles and visceral muscles. These are over the bones. The skeletal system, it is absolutely covered with muscles. All the bones are covered with bones. With muscles. Okay, and those are called skeletal muscles. All right. And then we have inside that skeletal cage, we have involuntary muscles, cardiac muscles and visceral muscles. Cardiac muscles are that of heart wall. Cardiac muscles form the wall of the heart, and when these muscles they move, the pumping of blood happens. Then we have visceral muscles. Visceral muscles are of organs or organ system, like digestive system or respiratory system. Yeah, like this, we eat food, the food moves through the esophagus, peristaltic movement. It happens because of those visceral muscles. The food goes down to the stomach. There are also, we have visceral muscles, like all the organs, if they are moving, then they have visceral muscles. And the heart, it has cardiac muscles. So we have three types of muscles: skeletal, cardiac, and visceral. Okay, then we have supportive structures. That is tendons and fascia. We have tendons and fascia. They
Can we move
connect.
this a little lower, please?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
So these attach the core muscle. And this attach the muscle. Okay. So this is nothing. It's just tendons and fascia. Tendons, they attach muscles to the bone. And fascia, they attach muscle to muscle. Like how they are connected, like this cloth, they are stitched with a thread. So these work like threads. They are connecting the bone to muscle. Tendons are connecting bones to the muscle, and then fascia is connecting muscle to muscle. Okay, they are working like threads. Now, you see, if I'm how movement of body takes place. Like suppose I want to move this hand. How does it move? What all systems are involved in it? So first, I think of it. Okay, I want to give you a demonstration. So I've thought of it. Now my brain will send a signal to the muscle. And that muscle will move the hand. Okay, and it is having this shape and this stability because of the presence of bone. So in the movement, three systems are involved: skeletal system, muscular system, and nervous system. Okay. So when the brain sends signal to the muscles, the muscle will move the bone. And that's how my hand, my arm is moving. Okay. I hope this concept is clear. How the movement takes place? It takes place when the three systems, skeletal system, muscular system, and nervous system, they are working in coordination. Okay, you can take screenshot and then I will erase it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So let's study the 5 properties. Okay, what is the purpose of muscular system? Why do we have muscular system anyways? Okay, what is the purpose of muscular system? It is to provide the movement to the body. That is the whole sole purpose of purpose.
And also to protect the joints and bones, right?
Yes. Provide movement to the body. Protect joints. Okay. So now we'll study about the properties of muscles. That is excitable or irritable. So what happens is excitable or irritable. So I'm moving this arm. Okay, there can be 2 reasons. It can be internal or external. Suppose I was moving this arm and then suddenly something pricks. Okay, then it will move. This is because of the outside world. Now, I think that I want to give you a demonstration. I'm moving my arm. So that is internal. There was some kind of stimulation. So the muscle, it has this property to receive stimulation and then respond to that stimulation. Okay. So this stimulation can be internal or external. All right. Next is contractible. What is contractible? So after it has received stimulation, the muscle can contract or shortens. Okay, so this shortening of muscle is called contractible. This is a property of muscle that they can become short whenever they want. Okay, when there is some kind of stimulation, then like I'm doing this, I'm doing dumbbells, so these muscles of my bicep, they are contracting. Okay, then we have extensible. Extensible is when there is some kind of stimulation. After stimulation, the muscle can be stretched without any damage. So you see, when you're doing chakrasana, you know what is chakrasana? This pose. Yes? Chakrasana? Do you feel it's like chakrasana? No.
Yes, wheel pose. It's the same as
Okay,
Pradhanasana, right?
Yes. Okay, this is very funny. Okay, probably this. Now, this is wheel pose. Yeah. So, the posterior muscles, they are contracted. The anterior muscles are extended. Okay, so this is the property of muscles that they can contract, they can become short, or they can elongate. That is the property of muscles, contractible and extensible. Then we have fourth property. Okay, that is very important. If they have these two, if they have contractibility and extensibility, then they should have this property, which is elasticity. It is the property to return to the original shape and size. Okay, like when we do chakrasana, the anterior muscles are extending, the posterior muscles are contracting. Now, when we come out of chakrasana, the muscles are showing the property of elasticity. They go back to their original shape and size. Okay, I hope that is clear. Next is adaptability. Adaptability.
With the T.
Yes. Adaptability. That is, see, if a person goes to a gym, okay, he's doing dumbbells every day, consistently, what happens? His muscle is enlarged. And if a person is not doing any form of exercise, what happens? His muscles are wasted away. Okay, they do not become they instead shrink. So that is the adaptability that muscles have. The muscular system is adaptable, that is, it can change in response to how it is used. So it is the change in response to how it is used. So we have two concepts here. One is hypertrophy and another is atrophy. So person going to the gym is hypertrophy, and person who is not exercising at all is atrophy. So this is hypertrophy is enlarging the muscle. And this is wasting away. Okay, so you can take screenshot. Okay, should I erase it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now there are movements. Muscular system. One is abduction, other is adduction. Can you tell me what is abduction and what is adduction?
Adduction is to the middle and abduction is away from the middle.
Which is away from the middle? This or this?
Abduction. Abduction is to the outside and adduction is to the inside.
Good. Yes, very good. So suppose this is a body and this is the midline. So if it is away from the body, from the midline, suppose this, I'm moving away from the midline. So this is abduction. And when I'm moving towards the midline is adduction. Okay. So if you ever have confusion, you can remember this. Adduction. So when I am moving, when I'm adding to the volume of this torso, that is adduction. And the other one is abduction. When I'm adding, it is adduction. When I'm going away, it is abduction. Okay. So if I'm moving like this, what is it? This movement is abduction or adduction?
Is it abduction if it's away?
Yes. You see here, the midline changes. The midline is here. This is the midline now. So it is moving away from the midline. So it is abduction. When I'm adding them together, they're adduction. Okay, next is flexion and extension. Okay. What is flexion and extension? Flexion, see, when the angle between two bones is decreasing is flexion. When the arm is extending, it is extension as the angle is increasing here. So when the angle is decreasing, it's flexion. When I am extending my arm, it is extension as the angle is increasing. I hope this is clear. Yeah? Should I write the definitions here or it's okay, you understood the concept?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Then we have rotation. It's Okay, when the arm is moving around its axis, like you see, this is a neutral position, okay, but I can rotate it around its axis. This is called rotation. Okay, and the last is circumduction. Circumduction. When I am rotating my arm like this in 360 degrees, that is called circumduction. You can take a screenshot of this. Now we are clear with the movements.
Can you bring the screen down?
Okay. Yeah, clear? Okay, so we have joints, type of joints. Now, since we have learned the movement of muscular system, we can easily understand the type of joints. Okay, there is hinge joint. Hinge joint is like, you have a door and that door is able to open and close. It's because of it is attached here and it can move around this axis. Okay, so similarly, this elbow joint, it can move around one axis. Okay, this is the axis here, this, and it can move around this one axis. That is called hinge joint. Okay, hinge joint. Example of hinge joint is elbow. And it shows flexion and extension. Okay. Second, we have pivot joint. Okay. In pivot joint, it is like a disc is there. Okay. In pivot joint, we see pronation and supination. Example is ulna and radius. You see, I'm moving like this and I'm moving it like this. But see, I will not move my upper arm. I will only move my this. My wrist is not moving. Okay. It is this movement. This movement is because of the radius and the ulna. It is mostly because of the radius. The radius is moving. This is stable. Okay, how can you remember? You can remember like we have a radius. Okay. In geometry, we have radius. And when we keep that radius, we rotate and we form a circle. Okay, so from this, it's just a trick. Okay, I'm giving. This is not what you have to learn. This is just a trick how to remember that radius is moving. Okay, because of this, we have this movement of pronation and supination. So pronation is when I am rotating and supination is when I'm coming back. Okay. So I'll show you an example, a photograph of this. Okay, so this is pronation when the angular rotation has already taken place. Okay. So this and here, this is another diagram in which it is showing the name of the bones. So the radius is moving. The ulna is at its own position. It is stable. And this radius is moving because of this here, this joint. Okay, this is pivot joint that we have in ulna and radius. You can take screenshot of this. This is pronation. When it comes back, it is supination. You can see this also. Next. Yes, this is supination when the hand has come back to its original position. You can take screenshot of this also. Okay. Next is ball and socket joint. So what happens in ball and socket joint? It's like a ball and there is this socket. Example of ball and socket joint. Can you please give example of ball and socket joint? Example, please.
Shoulder.
Yes, shoulder and hip. Okay. So you see, both of them are hip and shoulder joint. Sorry, ball and socket joint. Both of them, shoulder and hip. Both of them are ball and socket. But here you see there is a difference. The socket is bigger here. The socket is smaller here. So because of this change, it is able to move more. There is more movement here, less movement here, but less stability, more stability. Because it is holding it properly. This is only this much, but this is holding it. But because it is holding it so tightly, it is able to move lesser. Here, it is able to move more, but it has less stability. What are the movements that we can have here? We can have all those movements that we studied. That is abduction, adduction, flexion, extension, rotation, and circumduction. It gives all those movements in ball and socket. Okay, so you can take screenshot of this. And I'll show you a image.
Hold on. I haven't screenshotted.
Okay, it's okay. I'll show you picture and then you can take screenshot. So here, this is the hip joint. Okay, this is the hip joint. You can take picture of this. Now you can take screenshot of this. Yes, and now I'll show you an image of shoulder. Here, this is the picture of, you see the socket here is smaller as compared to the hip joint. You can take screenshot and then we will move forward. Okay, next. I will raise it. Okay, so next is ellipsoid. It is just like ball and socket. It is in ball and socket it was round. Here it is more like oval. Okay, and example of this is radio carpal joints. Okay, the wrist movement, it is able to happen because of this radius and these carpals I told you. Okay, there is a joint here. This movement, okay, flexion, extension, this rotation, okay, all this is because of this ellipsoid joint that we have. So here we have flexion, extension, circumduction. Okay, so next is saddle. In saddle, okay, I'll show you a picture so that it's more clear to you. Please look here closely. These here, this is radius here, and this here. These are carpals, and where they are joining, this is called radiocarpal joint. Okay, yes. Now next is saddle joint. So in this, what happens? It is this kind of structure, concave and convex. And what happens? There are bones of this nature.
Can you please stop
Something like
screen
this.
sharing?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Something like this. Okay, saddle. I'll show you. I'll show you a picture of this. An example of this is the carpals and metacarpals of thumb. Okay. This movement that we are able to do. Okay, this carpals and this metacarpal. Carpal and this metacarpal. This movement is the saddle joint. Okay, in this also we have flexion, extension, all those movements we have in saddle. Okay, I'll show you an image of this, of saddle joint. Okay. This is how it looks, the saddle joint. And I could not draw this diagram. You can take a picture of it. Okay. So here, zoom meeting. Yeah. Okay. And the last is plane joint. They are like this, 1 and 2, plane joint. It is, the example of this is carpals and tarsals. Carpals and tarsals of the foot. Carpals and tarsals. There you see gliding. Okay, like this moving here.
Can you possibly move the screen down?
Yes.
You.
So plane, like example is carpal and tarsal. The movement is gliding, like moving over each other, and rotation. That's it. So these are the type of joints we have learned, and a different movements that this joint provides us. I think you can take screenshot, and we are done with that.
What about like the type of movement for the saddle and the plane?
For plane, we have gliding and rotation. For saddle, we have flexion, extension, circumduction.
Could you write the
yes.
For the saddle?
Okay. Flex, extension, circumduction.
So the last one is just gliding?
Yes, gliding and rotation.
And rotation?
Yes, you see, rotation is not this rotation. Rotation is this rotation, rotating along its axis. I will show you. This is the neutral position, and this is the rotation. You see? This is rotation, rotating around its axis. And carpals we have here. Carpals are here. Okay, these are small bones, 8 in number. I showed you a picture of it. And similarly, tarsals we have in our foot, the heel. Okay, around the heel we have tarsals, and these are 7 in number. Okay, so do we have class tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah. So you do not have your Holi celebration tomorrow?
No.
Okay, we have a festival tomorrow. It's called Holi. We play with colors, with water. We have sweets.
Cool.
Yes, I cooked sweets. I'll share with you a picture.
Yeah, show us.
Yes, I cooked day before yesterday. So this is me cooking. And we made this very ancient kind of gas stove.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
with wood. Yes. And I will show you the sweet we made. Where is the sweet? Here, this is the sweet we made. This is one piece. Okay, it's a delicacy, and it's generally
Delicious.
yes, and it's generally cooked during this holy.
Looks yummy.
Yeah, it is. If you were here, I would share with you, people. Okay, I cannot share video. Yes. So, yeah, that was about
What's inside?
what's inside.
Yeah.
It's it's made from milk.
Yeah.
Like you keep cooking milk, and you keep it on the gas, and then it gets very thick. That milk gets very thick. Okay, its consistency is like all the water has evaporated, and then you add some dry fruits and some sugar to it, and then the outer covering, it is maida.
Ah, okay, nice.
Yes, and then we deep fry it. So
Mm.
but there it is not very oily. It's not oily. Like
Okay.
it is deep fried, but the oil comes out. Yes. So it's a sweet. In festivals we can have sweets and all the delicacies. It's okay. Yes. So okay, about your assignment. I told you I'll give you your assignment, and I will give you. Is anyone volunteering for presentation?
Just a question, because we just had a talk with our boss here in the school, and he
Yes.
said we don't have any examination in anatomy, and he talked to you.
Okay. No exam, but you'll have presentation. Sorry, assignment.
Is that not the same?
I don't know, because I have been told that I can give you an assignment.
Okay.
Yes. So, okay. I will confirm it, because to me they have told that if I want, I can give an assignment. It is
Mhm.
not compulsory for me, but I thought that if I'm taking classes, I should take some assignment.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. And it is just a 500 words. And your last class is on 26th.
Yes.
So on second last class, like 24th or 25th March, you have to submit it 500 passage. Okay, you have to write on topic 1 is why are you studying yoga? Okay, and what is the importance of anatomy, of study of anatomy in you?
Mhm.
Yes, please take screenshot of this. This you have to, this is mandatory from my side. Okay, this is mandatory. You have to write one passage, this or this, in 500 words. I don't think it is very big. You can just write in, like, you give it 15 minutes and you're there. But if you want to be more creative, you can even make, like, you can make it as beautiful as you want, and you can do your own research. You can read from internet, from books, or you can just go through your notes and just give a good passage. Okay.
All right. Is it fine
Yes,
if we give it? I would do it on my laptop, so I just would send it digitally to Deva.
yes, yes, please. And officially, like, this is from my side, but this will be given officially to you.
Okay.
Okay, so then you'll be told how to send it to me. They will only guide you how to send it to me. Okay, so we have your syllabus here. I have your syllabus. So we have done skeletal system, anatomy of shoulder, we have done anatomy of pelvic girdle, we have done. And then we have spine anatomy. We have done Kundalini Shakti Chakra. We'll do Kundalini Shakti Chakra and Nadis. Prana we have done. Panchkosh we have done. Chakra, Nadis, and Chakras and Nadis we'll do. And we have finished respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive. This we have already finished. We have finished Panchkosh, Prana. And chakras and nadis. We have done brief skeleton and spine, shoulder, pelvic, anatomy we have done. Kundalini, Shakti, Chakra, Nadi. These we have to do. Yes. Okay. So we have left only with 3 topics. So I think it's time. If you have any query, you can ask, please.
I think we're okay. Thank
You're
you.
okay? Thank you. Have a good day. And if you
Thank
celebrate Holi, then
Yeah, have a great celebration.
You too.
yes, you
Great
too
celebration.
have a great celebration. But we'll have class in the morning tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
I will go to celebrate Holi after your class.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
have a great day. Bye bye.